All right, babe, we're ready to go ahead and get started. So let's so I already went over the harmonic scanner, the DeLorean. Have about 1 minute before we see if there are any possible new opportunities that are going to be called out. So let's see how much time we have left for that. Got about 15 seconds. Okay. So we're gonna start off with going over the L's, the 2 L's that we took this week. So gold. I did already erase these, but I'm going to mark up where we were looking. I really don't need to put the entry. I already know it was all right, but so I know it was up in here. So we're gonna talk about two different things. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys. All right, so that was that. It was somewhere up in there. And then what was the other one? Euro USD would have been up in here. All right, but so let's see if any new DeLoreans got called out real quick. Whoa. Let's see. Nope. All right, but cool. All right, so let's go back to our chart and get it popping. All right, so let's start off with gold. Gold was the first trade that I sent out. All right. Oh man, I don't know why they said DeLorean got called out because it didn't. Just got there. Like, let me refresh. Yeah, this thing tweaking. I don't know why it says. Let me check the app just to make sure. Hold up. Nah, it's tweaking. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over that L real quick. So on gold, let me pull that up. Go find that. So the entry on gold was 1839. All right. All right, but so no need to go super in detail on gold because it was an L. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you guys what I learned from this setup. And yeah, we just gonna move forward. So basically with the gold setup, I'm gonna tell y'all initially what I saw. So, I saw this break of structure over here. I saw this initial break of structure over here. I saw a head and shoulders pattern. So as you guys see, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Broke the structure, was looking for the retracement back into this candle right here. As you saw, we got an initial reaction. The market did end up wicking above that high, unfortunately, before. So as you guys can see, I wasn't necessarily wrong. It's not always about being wrong. It's just that, the market wasn't done doing what it had to do. So technically, if you guys look at the grand scheme of like what happened, okay? If you notice, the market barely went above our stop loss, right? And then it gave us that nice drop. So it wasn't like I was just crazy wrong or nothing like that. But it is a part of the game. So notice, the market wicked above, okay? And then it ended up giving us a drop of from entry damn near 100 pips. You feel me? So it is what it is. It's a part of the game. I did have a couple people that I don't know how they said that their stop loss didn't get hit. I have no idea how. My stop loss definitely got hit, but this is just a part of the game. So if you guys look at this closely, right, it actually was a good trade, right? The market didn't actually really violate this candle. It's just this BS wick, okay? Now this wick took us out, and then it ultimately gave us that drop that we were looking for in the amount of almost 100 pips. Can't really do too much about that, right? So I know I wasn't just, necessarily wrong. It's just that the market wasn't done, I guess, taking liquidity. So they wanted to sweep this high, come somewhere up in here, and then give us that drop. But, we did actually lose. So that is just a part of the game. Now, the thing that I learned from gold is this. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm gonna be real, like gold for me is not just like the most consistent pair. Um, I was thinking about, but I'm not gonna do it. Like I was thinking about just not trading gold in general, but I've had some good opportunities from gold. But I'm gonna just be real, like you guys are eventually gonna find out some pairs are just you just don't have the best success with them. Gold is kind of one of those for me. I don't get that many setups in general from gold, but you know, it'll be like some BS like this will happen. It's not the first time gold's kind of done something like this. So, you know, like the grand scheme of things, we are looking forward to reacting this candle. It did react, but not before it wicked our stop loss and then dropped almost 100 pips. So, you know, basically everything that I broke down. So what y'all could do is if y'all actually want to get the full breakdown, the video that I dropped from what Sunday night, early Monday morning that I'm gonna upload on my YouTube channel, which would be from the 24th. It's me fully going into detail breaking down gold. I just don't feel like going back over it since I already did. And like I said, it's a loss. But the main thing is it wicked our stop loss. And then it did end up actually dropping about 90 pips, but not before it took us out the trade. All right. So just one of those you take on the chin and then you just move forward. So that was gold. Let me just go ahead and take that off. The next one was Euro USD. Euro USD definitely was not as close. So Euro USD was just straight stop. So I'll explain that. Makes sense. I mean, it basically came to take this liquidity down here. So that's not really that hard to believe. But I'll just tell you guys what I basically saw on Euro USD. So Euro USD, let's go ahead and find the entry. Let's see. And then, like I said, we'll go over like whatever setups. I don't necessarily have anything I'm probably be able to send out tonight. I do have a lot of setups actually, but none of them honestly look like they're going to be ready tonight unless we get like some crazy movement. 13090, 13090. All right, but cool. So this is where I was looking to enter on Euro USD. You know, based off this candle. So you know, the time frame that I usually tell you guys I like to look on, which is going to be the 1 hour. Kind of just like in the grand scheme of things, we actually took advantage of, which I'll show you guys. We previously took advantage of a long opportunity on Euro USD. So if I show you guys my most recent video, I called this trade out like a few weeks ago, but this 85 pip long on Euro USD would have been on this 4 hour. So we previously took advantage of this. I could go back and find it in the chat, but I really don't feel like doing all that. So we previously took advantage of this setup. Now I'm actually gonna go find it because I like showing you guys, you know, time and time again, how we get down. December 30th. Let me go show y'all real quick. So December 3rd. Oh, snap. My goodness. I didn't expect for it to go that far. All right, but that's cool. So let's see. Go. All right, here we are. Bet. So see, Euro USD, right? Took this long opportunity. And we actually ended up, I think we just hit CP1. So yeah, as you can see, so that ended up moving in profit. So that was a previous trade that we took. And as you see from this point, you know, the market just kept moving up aggressively. So, you know, I was really just looking to take a continuation. Didn't necessarily know whether or not this high would be broken, but I was really looking for an opportunity. Even though this is obviously a very strong downtrend, you know, I thought maybe the market could pop up a little bit more, maybe into this imbalance up in here, but ultimately did not happen. So what I pretty much saw on that 1 hour time frame, which is why I was looking at the setup, was we actually had some divergence. So you guys know how I feel about divergence. It's definitely my best friend. So we had very strong divergence from here to here. If I actually go change this to the line chart, we can see that this obviously was moving down, okay, as this was moving up. From that, one thing we did not get, to be honest, which I'm gonna be real, it's definitely the reason why we lost, but I'm not gonna act like I pass up trades just because of this. We did not actually get a valid break of structure. I think the wick hit it, but more so I would have wanted to see something like this. So we didn't actually get that break of structure like how we do get on other opportunities. So I know for a fact that definitely has something to do with it. you know, it's not even in retrospect. I was aware of it at the time I took the trade, but I like the setup. So that's definitely going to be one of those things you guys definitely want to pay attention to as far as your wins and losses. Start acknowledging, okay, did you actually get a valid break of structure? Okay. And in this example, we honestly did not. This right here, I don't really consider a break of structure necessarily. I would have wanted something like this. So we didn't get that, and I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't actually get that move. The market did give an initial reaction right here with this wick, but it ultimately didn't really go anywhere. Came, hit our stop, went up a little bit, and then ended up dropping again, like I said, to target these equal lows that were down here. So that's basically what the market went for. As you see, the market barely dropped below this area right here, and then it impulsed back up. Okay, so that was Euro USD. So like I said, it's a part of the game. One thing I'm a lot better with is handling losses because I know how consistent I am now. But obviously, if you are not confident, losing 2 trades back to back, it might hurt your feelings. Okay, but we know one trade by itself, can make back up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses. Okay. Shit. I mean, last week the past 2 weeks we've been going crazy. Last week, Euro JPY. I'm still holding Euro JPY. Let's go look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Right. So this is an example of what one trade can do for you. One trade, right, is at 18-1. This thing ended up dropping a total of 280 pips. So do I care that we lost 2 trades? I don't, because we literally need one trade. Not even necessarily like this. You're not gonna always get no 18-1, but this is what can be possible. So those 2 trades can be made up in a blink of an eye. Okay. So let's not dwell. Let's not ponder. It is the first 2 trades of the week. And as you guys can see, if you guys look at the hit list, right? The hit list is looking disgusting this week. I'm gonna be honest with you. We just need some of these trades to pull back. Shout out to my boy Butters. I appreciate you, my brother. New father in the building, right? Future trader. So let's go over a couple of the setups. Like I said, none of these honestly are gonna happen tonight. So I'm gonna be real, y'all. Unless something happens, later in the London, closer to New York session, y'all probably aren't gonna get any setups tonight. Most of these are probably gonna either happen tomorrow or towards the end of the week. I'm gonna go over. Let's see, because y'all know me, I usually don't go over setups if I don't call it out, but since I missed yesterday, and I'm gonna make up for it. Let's see. This is gonna be at the bottom. So I know Eurocad is gonna be up there. We got Euro Chef, Eurocad, Euro Chef, Euro GBP. All right, so we'll go over the euros real quick. So the euros, a lot of the euros are looking like they're gonna be long this week. Yeah. So look, a lot of these euros are going to be long this week. So we're really just going to start working our way down. All right, Eurocad, right? Let's go over Eurocad. So Eurocad, as you guys can see, I already have it identified. What we have on this that we did not have on Euro USD, we have some valid breaks of structure. So a break of structure is not a guarantee that the market is going to go in your favor, but it definitely is it's a good reason for the market to go in your favor. Okay. So we got 2 very strong BOSs. All right, cool. So let me go ahead and break this down on another chart. We'll say Eurocad. So we're gonna go over the Oanda. All right, cool. I'm not gonna break down all these. We just go focus on the euros because I'm not finna sit here and talk about all of these because, like I said, none of these I can't even really send out any of these tonight. So if we look at Eurocad, Eurocad is definitely one of my setups that I want to be able to see play out tonight. So on Eurocad, right, if we focus on that 1 hour time frame, we can see that the overall trend of the market is obviously a downtrend. Okay. It's not a surprise. It is not a surprise. This is obviously a downtrend. Okay. Now, one thing I like to be able to pay attention to is whenever the market, okay, sweeps a high or sweeps a low, okay, and then you have a very aggressive impulsive move in the opposite direction. This liquidity sweep down here on top of, getting some breaks of structure. could be a means for the market to show you that it might be ready to start working its way back up. Okay. Previously, you saw, right, the market gave an impulse, gave a retracement back to this area before it continued higher. Okay. So honestly, what I'm looking for is something similar. So notice how the market, right, broke this previous high, gave a retracement, and then extended. So what I would like to see on something like this, okay, right? Let's peep it. Okay. So the market swept this previous low, right? The market, I'm pretty sure it's this divergence right here. So the market, yep, the market ended up giving us divergence, which you guys know how I feel about that. So we got some divergence right here. Gonna go ahead and put that on the line chart so you can see a little bit more clear. All right, got some divergence right here. Beautiful. Okay. Now, like I said, we didn't have it on Euro USD, but on this one, we do have a break of structure. So that's going to be, you know, make us feel a lot more comfortable about the setup. But like I said, I'm gonna be honest, I've had a lot of setups that didn't necessarily have the prettiest break of structure and it still went in my favor. So it's easy to say all that in retrospect. But this one, you know, this is like an example. I would be surprised if it doesn't actually go in our favor. We have a pretty aggressive break of structure, you know, very significant area that was broken. You can even look at a lower scale. This would be considered a break of structure, okay? This little area right here, that can be considered a break of structure, but there's no need to pay attention to that whenever we have this high that was clearly broken. So not only do we have, you know, a sweep of a low, we have divergence, right? You guys know how I feel about the extremes. So what I mean by that is whenever you're seeing exhaustion in the market, did they call any new DeLoreans? Let's see. Yeah, this scanner is tripping. It did not call out these. Euro GBP. Yeah, I feel like this definitely sent these late. None of these were just on here. Okay. It doesn't matter. All these are ugly anyway. All right. So, you know, exhaustion in the market, as I've described before, this RSI tool is going to let us know whenever the market is getting exhausted. So, you know, if the white line escapes the purple box to the downside, that means that the selling momentum is getting exhausted. It doesn't mean it's finished. It just means that you can start possibly looking for the market to show you signs that there might be some sort of reversal, temporary or long term. That's going to be different things that you might look for. But the divergence for me is usually going to be one of the main indicators that that reversal is coming. So you have the market sloping down. This indicator showing that the market is sloping up. You have a very aggressive impulse move to the upside, broke this previous high, okay? And now we're looking at a retracement. So, I mean, you guys basically know how I rock, right? Once I've defined, you know, my confirmations, which I said overall trend, obviously it's a downtrend, right? What is my bias? For this example, I'm basically telling you I'm looking for, you know, to take a reversal, okay? Counter trend trade. Do we have divergence? Yes. Is the market becoming exhausted? Yes. So now the easiest thing to start off with is using that damn Fibonacci. So we could take the fib from the high to the low, right? And then we could see what areas of retracement that we get, all right? So we know that first and foremost, before we even think about taking any entry, we at least want to be able to see the market get somewhere in between the 61.8 to the 88.6 fib retracement, right? Now, within this fib retracement, you guys know I like to be able to look for some sort of engulfing and or institutional candle. And we can actually see that we have this 3-hour candle right here at this 88.6, okay? So this previous 3-hour candle that we can identify right here, all the way at the bottom, which is definitely a good place to be able to have a deep enough retracement, it lines up perfectly with this 88.6, okay? So personally, what I would be looking for is I would be looking for the market to continue working its way down, right? Maybe get into this candle, okay? And then start working its way up. That's what I would like to see, right? So for me, you know, if you actually dive in lower time frames on that candle, you can actually see more confirmation. So you can actually see that there's an imbalance up in here, right? Which is something that you like to see, still lined up with the 88.6. You can even go down to the 1 hour. You can see a little bit more clear. Okay. So we do have a good amount of confirmations to be able to look for. Will we get the retracement this deep? Who knows, right? There are areas that the market might stop at. Market might stop here, right? Where you have all this action happening. You got the previous last down candle before the market went back up. But we want to be able to take the best entry. So I'm personally just gonna wait to see if we can get it down here. Like I said, hopefully it happens this week. But if it does, I'm gonna be honest. I think that this could be a really good swing. Final target, I'd definitely be looking to target this high up here. But you guys know, we usually, a lot of times, first target is going to be something like this. So if we were to even just look at something like that, right, we could be looking for like minimum, because we always at least want that previous high or previous low to be broken. Something like this, it's not guaranteed, but this is more higher percentage as far as what we can target. That's 200 plus pips. Okay, so if you guys actually go see my actual markup, right, have about a 33 pip stop. I'm targeting all the way up there, but this would be that's about 7 to 1 back up to this high up here. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm looking for on Eurocad. I would like to be able to see that play out. We also have divergence on that 3-hour time frame, which is where I have it marked up at. So that looks really good. And yeah, so we basically just go wait to see if that's something that we can get this week. I'll drop that chart in the chat if you guys want to be able to take advantage of that. Shout out to my boy Slick. See you, my brother. All right, so that's going to be Eurocad. Like I said, we're just going to go over some setups. Nothing, honestly, I feel like it's going to happen tonight, unless the market just starts moving pretty aggressively into the London, New York session, but everything seems a nice little ways away. So a lot of these Euro pairs look like they're going to be bullish. This is another one. This one, I'm gonna be honest. So like, I'm gonna give y'all some perspective, right? This is how I like to trade, right? So I personally prefer to take setups that have kind of like hit a bottom or hit a top, right? So notice how this is basically hit a bottom. I like Euro NZD, but Euro NZD is kind of like already like up here. So this is still a good trade, but me personally, I like taking stuff like type shit like down here to catch the move, or taking something from up here to catch the move. Obviously, it's a lot more what's the word, risky, because the market hasn't shown you as much movement in that direction. But this is going to be a good opportunity. I'm gonna actually break this down, because a lot of these euros definitely look like they're going to be trending. All right, cool. So if we're looking at what, Euro NZD, so we can just see from the 1-hour time frame. If we're just looking here, we can see that this market did break this previous structure high over here, right? The market also had one final last sweep down here. So anytime we have a sweep before a big impulsive move, a lot of times that's a good confirmation. So the market did give a nice little sweep below this previous low, came, broke this structure, right? We can look over here. We have a nice impulsive move to the upside of about 300 plus pips. We can also see the market gave us that last initial reaction off of this 1-hour candle right here. So a lot of things are making sense, right? On top of that, the market left all this volume up in here that it has not traded back into yet. So as far as like market structure, this is pretty straightforward. I know we're not really going to have like divergence and stuff like that on any of this, just because a lot of times divergence happens like at peaks or lows. This is kind of like, basically within the trend. So the exhaustion and the divergence isn't really going to be on a setup like this. But like I said, this is basically like simple market structure. I mean, you have a previous high that was broken. I mean, at this point, you have an impulsive move, and you're basically just looking for a retracement back into the fib level to be able to continue taking it higher. Now, obviously, if I scroll out and go to higher time frames, it's a little more relevant. You can see that this might be a target that we can also have happen, which actually lines up perfectly with that 61.8 relatively. But don't get it twisted. One thing you always have to realize is, since this market is trending down, it could also just be retracing into this fib to maybe dive back deeper, maybe somewhere within this area, right? So maybe the market was to come back down here before it breaks this high. Who knows? Okay. We're not going to think that deep. We're just going to focus on what we see. And based off of what I see, the market definitely looks like it wants to continue going higher. So this is another opportunity that could actually play out. This is going to be Euro NZD. So basically what I would be looking for on this similar concept, right? So since you guys see I pulled out the fib, the main thing I would be looking for is if I start from the 1 hour, you guys know I want to be able to find some sort of institutional or engulfing candle. You guys can see we actually have an imbalance right up in here. So if I go to the 2 hour, no candle, 3 hour, no candle, 4 hour, we have that candle. So we actually have that engulfing and or institutional candle right here. And where do you see it lines up perfectly with? The 88.6. This is the main reason why I really like this, just because that 88.6 lines up literally spot on, damn near with the opening of that candle. So that actually looks really, really good to me. Risk to reward looks really, really good. About a 7 and a 1 back up to that high, about 283, 285 pips. And yeah, I mean, everything as far as I'm concerned with this looks pretty good. The only thing, like I said, that would happen is maybe the market is simply retracing back into this area to sell off, but that would really just me overthinking it based off the fact that this market is broken, you know, some pretty significant structure areas. We had a nice impulsive move to the upside, left a lot of efficiency that we'd like to see the market trade back into before we go higher. You say you have a sell limit at 69400. So you're already in it, huh? Are you looking forward to pull back to get into the sell limit? 69400. Okay, but got you. 69400. Okay, but cool. So that's something I'm looking at. Like I said, me personally, even though this is like a good setup, this is not necessarily like my type of setup. Eurocad is more my type of setup, as I explained. I'm more so like whenever the market is either at highest point or the lowest point, and I'm taking that reverse. So it's a lot more risky, but these are just I kind of like prefer these versus how the market has already kind of started doing this thing. But we'll see. You know, if the market gets to that area, I'll see what's up. Personally, I do not use Elliott Waves, but Elliott Waves definitely works. I know a lot of people that actually do. Shout out to Patrick Kenny. Patrick Kenny uses Elliott Waves. I personally don't. I'm not even gonna act like I 100% know how to use it if I'm gonna be real, but I know it works. This is another one. The only reason why this is really another one too. I was looking at this one. To be real, I'm probably not gonna take Euro NZD and Euro AUD just because I have, like, for instance, this is another one of my setups, right? Like I said, personally, I like taking stuff that's all the way at the bottom. So Euro Chef, assuming it doesn't keep working its way up, I'd prefer something like that. And even Euro GBP, like look at Euro GBP. Euro GBP is basically kind of bottomed out. So I just feel more comfortable taking these kind of setups versus the setups that have kind of, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. More people would probably look at these as better setups, though, to be honest, just because the market has already shown what it wants to do. But that's just me. Euro NZD and Euro AUD are basically identical, though. If you guys look at them, for the most part, both of these setups are pretty identical. So similar concept. I mean, if you look at it, we had some previous structures broken right here, relatively equal highs broken. You know, if we look at that 1 hour time frame, we can see that the market is actually bullish, you know, within this relative range. So, you know, the market continues trending higher, higher, higher. So this low was never broken. This low was never broken. And then as of right now, you have this low that's holding, and the market just continues moving higher. So at this point, I mean, this one would be pretty straightforward as well too. Like I'd really just like fib this from the high to the low. Look for some sort of deep retracement. I remember this 4 hours, so same thing. I'll be probably looking for something in this 4 hour candle right there at that 88.6 fib retracement. You also have a lot of imbalance. So yeah, this also could be a really good setup. So Euro AUD, I didn't actually mark this one up. Let me see what it would look like if I actually mark this up. So I'll be looking for something like this. Let's see. I'll just mark it up for the hell of it. Even if I don't take it, I'll just mark it up. If anything, I'll just drop it in the chat if y'all want to take advantage of that. But a lot of these euros definitely look like they're going to be bullish this week. So I just like the fact that a lot of these are correlating. Let's see. Sir. Let's see. I think this stop was a little bigger than what I wanted to do. So so I know I would add 2 pips of spread. My max is 40 pips though, so I just dropped that entry down like 2 pips. So I'd honestly be looking at something like that. So I'll be looking at something like this. Same thing as Euro NZD is about. It's almost an 8-to-1 back up to that high. We do have the deepest level of retracement that we would like to see, which is the 88.6. So, I mean, it honestly doesn't get any better than that if I'm gonna just keep it real with you. So that's another opportunity. I'm gonna drop that in the chat. I bet. Appreciate you, Axel. Appreciate that. All right, so let me drop this in the chat as well. Like I said, personally, for me, if anything, these might be something that I'd take, but I probably wouldn't send these out. Just because, like I said, it's not as much of my style. I'd rather just like kind of stick to sending out stuff that I feel supremely confident in. These look good, but I don't have the most confidence just because, like I keep repeating, I don't necessarily take these types of setups. But as far as like market structure, these, I mean, for the most part, look beautiful. You know, I just don't have the confidence to send it out because I haven't taken as many of these. But yeah. So I'll give y'all that in the chat. Y'all probably won't see these being sent out. Y'all will be seeing like Eurocad, which I already went over that. Euro Chef. Let's look at Euro Chef. Euro Chef looks like, now look, Euro Chef, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I need y'all to pay attention, right? I more so care about Euro Chef buying up to the sell versus even taking a buy. The buy is just to go up to the sell for this joint to crash out the sky. Now I'm going to explain Euro Chef and I'm gonna give you an example of USD Chef. Shout out to John Dollar. John Dollar actually called this out on Steady. All right. Look at this, right? I'm about to show you guys what I think is going to happen on Euro Chef based off of what happened on USD Chef. This was a gorgeous trade. What time frame is this on? I think it was like the 30. Yep. Goddamn right. It was the 30. All right. So one thing I learned from Starboy, shout out to Starboy and Steady. The manipulation wicks, okay? In my personal opinion, you're going to see the best manipulation wicks on 2 time frames, a 1 hour and a 4 hour, okay? A lot of times I see it on a 1 hour. I more so see them on a 1 hour than a 4 hour, but I personally think those are the 2 best time frames you're going to see this on. What I mean by that, when you see a big ass wick, okay, like the wick, it pops out like a sore thumb. Even if you're all the way out here, like this just, you know, that's not a candle, that's a wick, right? Within this wick, what I learned from Starboy is you want to be able to scroll down time frames. The way that he explains it, you want to drop down time frames until you find more body than wick, more candle than wick, right? So you guys already know how I feel about big body candles, right? You guys know how I feel about that. Now the concept of this is that wick came to usually sweep some sort of liquidity, which you guys can see would have been basically here, right? It also dipped into an imbalance, which would have been in here, okay? And then the market ended up breaking previous structure. Now, the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this play out because sometimes it takes time for it to come back to that area, okay? Notice how the market is playing around, playing around, playing around. The market even breaks another low. Do not forget about this spot because what you might do is if you don't get this initial push, you just go erase the markup and forget all about it. Don't do that. All right, look, the market is still dropping. Look at this. You're like, oh man, it ain't never gonna come back. All right, you didn't forgot about the setup. You didn't erased it. Man, I'm gonna be honest. I was in a buy. I actually had a long on USD Chef, and I remember seeing this, but I just felt like I don't know what I was on. I passed up this whole sell because I was still holding a swing buy that I knew damn well was not finna break this, but my brain couldn't process. It's like Tyree, just exit the buy and get in the sell. Like my brain couldn't even process it. Do y'all see what happened, bro? Look at this. This is stupid. Look at this. USD Chef don't even move like that. Like it literally came all the way down here and broke this low, right? So what I'm about to show you guys on Euro Chef, I just want y'all to remember before I send it out, this is what I'm predicting to happen on Euro Chef. Think about it, USD Chef, so Euro Chef, that's a correlation. So let's go back to Euro Chef, right? So we're gonna go to Euro Chef, right? Now, peep this, okay? See that I never erased this. I've had this, bro. I've had this marked up. Look at the date. Since January 13th. This has been marked up for 2 weeks now, okay? And now what it might be doing is, yeah, you know, I wanted to take this buy. Like I said, I was really looking at this buy knowing I wanted to just take advantage of the buy up to my sell. It doesn't look like the buy is going to happen. So you have to think about things in perspective. Once I get in the sell, I'm not still looking for the markets to come back here and buy this. I wanted the buy to happen before it gets up here. If it gets up here, you know, I'm erasing this. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to sell it down here. Because at this point, I don't see this as valid anymore. Right. Because like, for instance, this market, if I go to like the daily, the market could still be trying to trade down here. Okay. Look at this aggressive ass drop. Feel the imbalance, okay? I feel like the market still might want to work its way down here. So this is kind of like, it could be a really nice swing that we could be taking advantage of. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. So look, once again, if I go to this 1 hour time frame, remember what I told y'all, the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I think show the best manipulation wicks, right? Now, this wick doesn't pop out, may not pop out to you like the other one did, but this is still basically a manipulation wick, right? It's a lot of wick. I want to see if I can find see if it looks better on some of these other time frames. Bro, I've been waiting on, yep. So the 2 hour really looks like the best, bro. I've been waiting on this for 2 weeks. It might be another week, depending on how long it takes to get up here. So if you guys notice right here, right, it's a lot easier to see, right? This is a manipulation wick, right? Look at how big this wick is compared to the actual body of the candle that's attached to. So what I ended up doing, I ended up scrolling down to that 25-minute, right? And I know a lot of y'all don't use a lot of these time frames I use, but I'm telling you, you might want to. You're like, bro, who the hell use a 25-minute? I use a 25-minute, God damn it. Look at how beautiful this candle looks. Look at that, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something else I learned because, yeah, I could be looking for it to retrace deeper into that candle. You might be like, well, why do you got it at the open? You should. I'm going to tell you why, right? Y'all know I like to use a fib. One thing I learned about the fib that I feel comfortable with doing, I don't want to look for an entry past the 88.6 because it's not guaranteed that the market is going to retrace deeper than that. So if I use the fib, the 88.6 actually falls short of the candle. So it doesn't mean that I'm looking to enter at the 88.6, but I don't know how much deeper the market is going to go past this. So I don't know if I want to risk missing out on this setup by trying to get too cute with my entry. It's only a 17 pip stop loss as it is. So it's not really that big of a deal, right? One thing that I learned is, like I said, if in some situations, if you look to get an entry deeper than the 88.6, you might just mess around and miss the whole damn setup. I'm not trying to do that because I just showed y'all what USD Chef did. So I'm not trying to miss out on this. So basically what I'm looking at is the market to do what it did on USD Chef. You guys can actually see it actually closed the imbalance right here. So a lot of this makes a lot of sense, bro. Like, I just want y'all to have this ready, locked and loaded, because at this point, it doesn't look like we're going to get this retracement. Which, like I said, I don't really care too much about. I was just trying to buy it up in here because really I was going to close my position here just so I make sure I can set this. I don't really like hedging. I don't like hedging at all. I ain't even buy. I don't really like it. I don't like hedging at all. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So I don't ever want to be in a buy and a sell simultaneously on the same pair. So I would just feel comfortable closing out in a certain amount of profit and then just getting in the other direction. But basically, yes, I just want you guys, you know, to remember I said this. Euro Chef. I mean, I'm just looking for this low. That's a 10. I mean, you know, whenever I actually get to it, I'm not gonna do all that now, but I mean, look, if you look at this, I mean, even on the daily, shit, there's an imbalance up in here. Might could swing that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Bro, this could be nasty, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This could be nasty. You can't even see it on this damn time frame because I got it marked up on the 25-minute. Y'all get the gist of it, though. I don't even have to do all this right now because the setup is not. Nah, I actually want to. I want to see what that risk to reward gonna look like. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Look at that. That's just to the opening of that daily inbound. So that's a 23-1. Boy, I like that, right? It's gonna be the trade of whatever month I get it. And if I don't get it, I mean, this should happen before the end of the month. Like, I would like to think this doesn't just consolidate and then it should just start trending up. I would still like to get this, but I know at this point I'm probably not gonna get this. So I'm gonna just leave that marked up. But yeah, so Euro Chef, make sure y'all keep an eye on that. Yes. Oh, you said discussion. Hold on. Let me go check that. Oh, Snap on. It got 5 minutes to what you calling them hop on. I just been talking. I'm about to hop on that Rob Kumar John Dollar. You better stop playing. Let me go see my boy Six. That boy Justin drop. Okay. Oh, okay. He said that. He meant to say disgusting. Yeah. Exactly. So Euro Chef, make sure y'all had that marked up. 25-minute time frame. 25-minute or the 30. I think the 30 looked. No, what was it? It was another time frame. I think that looked good. Nah, it was a 25 specifically. Nah, I take that back. It was specifically the 25. So yeah, that 25, yeah, it's definitely gonna be the best looking candle. So definitely make sure I had it marked up and take advantage of that. Because yeah, this is probably not gonna come back. Euro GBP. This will be the last one I talk about because, like I said, I just wanted to really go over the euros. As y'all see, I got 80 USD marked up for sale, GBP USD. These crosses can be nasty too. All of these are looking like beautiful shorts. 80 USD, GBP USD, NZD USD. All these can be it can be a really disgusting week. I'm just letting y'all know. But we just gotta wait. Even USD CAD, right? Look, y'all know I'll be using them random ass time frames. I ain't gonna lie to you, that 10-hour on USD CAD look kind of nice. And I think I might have to take it. I'm gonna just keep it real with you, okay? But we ain't got that retracement yet. So yeah, so I like all those euros. Like I said, it could be a really good week, which is more than likely why, as I keep repeating, probably not even gonna take these. If I do, I'm not gonna call these out. These do look good, but I'd probably just rather mark these up. And that's actually what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna take these. One thing I learned is be okay with marking up a chart and not taking a trade if you don't feel 100% confident. Every trade I send out, I feel 1,000% confident it is gonna hit take profit. There is no, oh man, I don't, nah. So y'all hear how I keep doubting myself with this? I'm not even gonna take this trade. I'm gonna just keep it marked up. I'm gonna let it play out. And guess what's gonna happen? Assuming the trade plays out, next time I see a setup similar to this, you want to know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take it. And it's that simple. But I hope y'all learned something from that, because I'll be seeing people that be like, oh man, I marked this up and I didn't take it. That is okay. That's how you build confidence, because you have no attachment to making or losing money. It's just oh man, I marked that up and that should actually wick my entry. And then yeah. So yeah, I take that back. Let me actually throw these in I'll throw these in the orange folder for like practice. All right. All right. And then these will be setups that we can actually both learn from. But yeah, like I said, the fact that I keep talking about it, it doesn't even make sense for me to take this, because if I lose, I'm gonna just be like, oh man, I shouldn't have taken that because this is not my normal setup. So all right, we're gonna move on from that. Let's finish this off with Euro GBP. So we've gone to Eurocad. I mean, shit, hope maybe Eurocad happens tonight. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. Euro Chef, that's not gonna happen, at least not for the long. And Euro GBP. Euro GBP looks good as well too. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So start back off on that 1 hour time frame. Okay. This market is obviously bearish. Now, like I told y'all, some people might not like taking the trades like this just because these trades are definitely a little more risky. Okay. But these are my type of trades. I like the trades that are all the way at the bottom, reverse, all the way at the top, reverse. All the stuff that's in the middle, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on you. So this is obviously a downtrend, right? The market is trending, right? Down, gave a retracement, broke this low, right? Gave a retracement, dropped again, broke this low. So all the market is doing is literally saying, I am dropping. Now, we have to ask ourselves, what is going to give me the confidence to be able to look for a reversal or counter trend trade? I got you. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what it is. It is called divergence. So we have, I mean, super crazy divergence. Okay, usually we won't have divergence from this far back, but ain't nothing wrong with it if you're using it in proper perspective. Okay, so we got some crazy divergence. I mean, even if we don't go that far back, we could just look at here to here, right, and then here to here. So we can do this short-term divergence. This is sloping down as this is sloping up, or we can use this long-term divergence. This is sloping down as this is sloping up. Okay. So the market for a while has been showing us that the downside momentum is becoming weaker and weaker, which you can usually tell by notice this very sharp impulsive move to the downside, and notice how choppy the rest of this is, right? This is choppy, 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 choppy. It's getting weak. Okay. It's getting weak. Now, the next thing that we're paying attention to is you guys can see I already identified the breaks of structure, right? We had a pretty nice break of structure here. Okay. That was nice, right? We also had another nice break of structure here, which is obviously going to be more significant. Okay. So that makes me feel really good, right? We can also, you know, possibly trade back into this imbalance up here. There's a lot of different things that make a lot of sense, right? We also had these lows that were swept, right? So what I'm looking for is, as you guys see, we had a very, very aggressive impulsive move to the upside. Euro GBP don't even move like this, right? Damn near 120 pips over the course of not even a full week. Shit, this was 4 days, right? That's moving for Euro GBP. Look at this. It's ugly. Okay. So what I'm looking at is the same thing I've been explaining to you. I'm looking for a retracement. Okay. And then I'm looking for a continuation. So if we simply break this down, as you see, I already got it marked up. You know, shit, just back to this high would be about a 3.5 to 1, only about a 27 pip stop. As you see, I ended up getting to the 7-hour candle. Now, this is going to be a little different, and this is something I wanted to tell you guys about as far as different opportunities that you could look for. Normally, you know, if I'm looking for a buy, I'm looking for a bullish engulfing candle. If I'm looking for a sell, I'm looking for a bearish engulfing candle. Now, we don't really have that opportunity on this setup, so I'm going to show y'all what I actually ended up doing. Okay. So I want you guys to be aware, I've spoken on it before. Y'all just don't necessarily see me take a lot of setups like this. This is kind of like a Starboy specialty. He loves taking, you know, the reversal candles for the opposite direction. So if you guys see, right, a bearish candle, I'm going to show you guys an example, right? A last bearish candle, okay, before the market starts moving up. These can also be opportunities for buys, right? So say, right, the market breaks above this area, right? The market goes up, up, up. Whenever the market comes back, okay, this candle can be an opportunity for you guys to look to buy it back up. So it is not by mistake that you guys can see, okay, this last sell candle, okay, before the market started impulsing up is where I'm looking for my opportunity. Now, the difference of it is whenever you're looking at a bullish candle or a bearish candle in that specific direction, you're usually going to do the 50% of that smaller candle. But if you're looking to buy off of a previous bearish candle or sell off of a previous bullish candle, you need to take the 50% of the bigger candle. Okay. So it is a slight difference, right? So you need to take the 50% of that bigger candle. Okay. Now, the same way that I utilize the fib that I've shown you guys, I like to be able to look for an entry somewhere between that opening and the 50%. Okay. Where did I find that fib level line up? The 78.6. Let me go ahead and see how far these boys have gone on Go Live. Let's see. We're only gonna be on here like a few more minutes. I don't want to miss too much of the sauce. You feel me? Let's see. I just started talking. They probably still playing music or something. Let's see. Yeah, they still playing music. Okay, so I ain't really missed none. All right, but so I'll probably be on here another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna let y'all go so I can hop on that. So as you guys see, I basically am looking to take my entry exactly off the 78.6. Okay. You could possibly take the entry off the 88.6, but for me personally, anything below that 50% threshold, like I said, is less likely to be hit. You really need a really deep retracement at that point, which you obviously could get. But as I told you guys, I'm okay with having a slightly more aggressive entry if that means that I have a little more drawdown than the next person. I'm cool with that because at least I know my trade is going to get filled. That's just how I look at it. So Euro GBP, I also like Euro GBP. So you guys, I mean, honestly, we have two good long opportunities. Euro Chef is basically gone at this point. So Euro GBP, Eurocad, as I told you guys, we're just gonna allow Euro NZD and Euro AUD to kind of do what they go do. Those will be setups I look at later. But this is what I tell you guys, like, figure out what is your setup. These two setups may be perfect for most people. These are not the setups I feel comfortable with. These are the setups I feel comfortable with, right? The setups that have bottomed out, and now I'm looking to take the buy in reverse, Euro GBP and Eurocad, okay? Both of these look pretty similar in a way, right? They both bottomed out, and we're basically looking for both of them to start working their way back up. I feel very good about both of these. So at this point, we just got to sit on our hands, as they say, and wait for the opportunity. You know, like tomorrow, depending on how the rest of these play out, we can go over, like I said, AUD. So like, I'll just show y'all these real quick. AUD USD, what are we looking for? Looking for it to pull back into this 9-hour candle and then sell. Okay. GBP USD, looking for it to pull back into this 6-hour candle, right? And then sell. NZD USD, looking for it to pull back into this 6-hour candle as well, and then sell. So we have a lot of setups for the week. This is literally the hit list, but I mean, none of them are necessarily close to entry for me to call it out yet. So like I said, you know, maybe Eurocad ends up happening tonight. We'll see. How far is that away? That's about 85 pips. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen tonight. That'll be a lot for Eurocad to be able to move in one single night. But yeah, that's pretty much it. On which one, my brother? Euro GBP or Eurocad? Slick, drop some charts in the chat, bro. Let me see what you got. I know your ass be having some stuff marked up. Drop some of your setups in the chat real quick. Let me see what you got, brother. I know you got some stuff. Let's see what you got before I hop off. I'll be on here another 3 minutes until 2:10. They're not really talking about nothing yet. They're just going over news right now. Let's see what my boy Slick got. But yeah, I'm really liking Eurocad and Euro GBP for the week so far. Outside of that, you know, I'm gonna just be looking to short those major crosses. Or the crosses. I always forget what the hell I'm supposed to call them. I don't know if it's the crosses or the majors, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I know what I mean. Let's see what Slick got. Let's see what Slick got. I probably caught my boy off what's the word? Caught him off guard. All right, let's see. All right, Axel, I'll holler at you tomorrow, my brother. We will be back tomorrow. Come on, old man Slick, where you at? All right, I got you. Who this? John? That must be John talking. So while waiting on my boy Slick, definitely make sure y'all tapping into the Forex Pro Pack. John Dollery, Rock Kumar, literally. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every single time I finish this session, I'm immediately hopping on their session, and I am getting gems. Like I said, John Dollar is the one that called out that bomb USD Chef trade, actually on the Steady app. So y'all could have taken advantage of that. However long ago that was, like 2-3 weeks ago. So definitely make sure y'all tapping into the education so you guys have the ability to be able to become self-sufficient. It's nothing quite like calling out your own trades. Copying and pasting is cool, but you know, calling out your own trades, knowing that you marked that up, knowing that you had the confidence and that you made money, nothing beats it. Nothing at all. Breaking down the good old DXY right now, as he usually starts off with doing. I bet. Let's see what my boy Slick working with. Damn slow ass computer. All right, cool. Hit him with the refresh. I think I still got your old markups on here. All right, let's see. Okay, I like that. So we're both. I think everybody's looking at shorts on all these crosses for sure. So I like that. Got the short on GBP USD. Perfect. We in unison with that one. Looking for the buy up. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Let me look at GU real quick. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you got going on. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Probably up. It's divergence right there too. I like that. Perfect. Oh, you said it's the 88.6. Okay, perfect. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we're in unison, my boy. We are in unison. All right, guys. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I don't want to miss too much sauce. They're still going over the DXY, so I haven't really missed out too much yet. They haven't started going over actual setup. So make sure y'all tap into the Pro Pack. Appreciate everybody for being on the call. My regulars, my boy Slick, my boy Butters, my boy Swank. My mama was on the call. I think she went to sleep. So appreciate y'all, boys. I'll see y'all tomorrow at the same time, 1 a.m. Central, 2 a.m. Eastern. Y'all have a blessed night, fellas. Peace.